Jesus H fucking Christ.
If Bad Boys won, why don't one of the cars just stop? If you know what I'm talking about, just snap.
Look, hey, did you know that? Did you hear that? Like he pitched like the movie to Will, like I'm gonna make you a action star. Like he pitched the movie to Will like that. I'm gonna make you an action star. So
I honestly haven't seen the second one in a long time.
I've
seen
classic.
The first one a ton.
It is a classic. It's the Negros.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah, that's
Big
great.
That's
a great first.
That's a nice fucking big fucking eye.
To start the pod. Great job. Great
Bad
job.
Boys 2 is a classic, man. I don't care.
Is that the one where like they're chasing the Haitians?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I was just making sure I don't have them backwards.
But moving on from Bad Boys 2, we are here to talk about.
Stay there.
We shouldn't have been there.
I'm okay with
lost.
Yeah, let's just stay there.
We got lost.
Keen, we're splintering off, just doing a movie pod.
But this is our NFL season preview. So we're going to talk about our predictions, division winners, playoff picks, Super Bowl contenders and champions, and our favorites or favorite to win MVP, who we think is going to win and who are like in the race. And so basically, let's go ahead and get started with
do the race.
AFC East. I'll kind of change the order around every time we go, but we can start with Ryan because I want to get this out of the way. This is why AFC East is first, by the way. I did this by design.
It was very tough for me to choose an AFC East champion, but with the best record in the league, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills.
You're not supposed to rank them because of
what record?
I have them going 13-4.
Same here.
And yes, I have them losing to Baltimore because I'm going to the game. And let me tell you what happens when I go to games. My team loses. So you're welcome.
So, funny as you say that, before you finish yours, I'm going to tell you what I have. I'll go to that in a second, but I'm going to that game as well. And I will say that I have them winning that game because I'm going to that game, and that's what's going to happen to me. So hey, it's
going to be a tie.
I doubt it.
37-37, only because the Bills can't punt, and so they just lose field position and go for it on fourth down the entire game.
Why can't they punt, Ryan?
Huh? They don't have a punter on the active roster right now. That's why. Can't punt if you don't have one.
That's a good one. All right, what about everybody else in that division, Ryan? Who are you looking at? Like any other playoff contenders in that any playoff teams rather in that division?
The Jets are trash. I think they have not improved since last year. They were bad last year.
Okay.
Zach Wilson's still a little injured coming off the surgery.
Okay.
They'll probably win. What do I have them winning? 4 games. The Patriots are going to be trash, which helps the Bills. It really comes down to whether the Dolphins can get it together this year. I still don't believe in Tua. I don't think he's strong enough of a quarterback to lead a very iffy team. But they have a lot of pieces, so they could, end up winning 9-10 games and sneaking into the playoffs. But I think New England and the Jets they're not well put together. So, but I think the Bills run away with that division, unless could be injuries and shit. I don't know.
Okay. I was gonna go next, but only because K-Dot said that he has them going like the same record. I'll let you go.
Yeah, we actually have the same record for the Bills and the Jets. So I was like, weird. So yeah, got the Bills running away with it. I actually have them as a second seed in the AFC, but 13-4, run away with the division. I actually just Buffalo's the most well put together team, maybe in the NFL, honestly. But Josh Allen is still one of. Beyond that, Josh Allen, I think, is only getting better. Buffalo is one of those teams that's going to be there for a minute. It's their window. Beyond that, I guess I'll start from the bottom and work my way back up. Jets 4-13. As soon as Mekhi Becton went down, you kind of knew it's a Jets season again. So I started feeling a little high on Zach Wilson, but I mean, coming off the injury they just sustained in preseason, just looking at the roster all around, it's like as much faith as I might have in Zach Wilson eventually getting there, this year is not going to be it. Next up, as far as working my way up, I got the Miami Dolphins at 8-9. Now, I am a huge Mike McDaniels guy, but the more that I'm hearing him talk in interviews in Miami, the more I'm starting to realize he might not know exactly what he's doing. Also, the fact that they got Mike Gesicki on the trading block for no reason other than I guess he doesn't fit the scheme that Mike McDaniels wants to run, which as soon as I hear that from a new coach, I don't like coaches that try to fit players inside their system as much as trying to work the system around the players they have. So it's something that gives me a little bit of a pause. So, and then Tua, like if they can do what it is that they replicated there, what Shanahan and McDaniels was doing in San Francisco, as far as just quick, accurate passing and having the running game at a premium, they could win some games. But knowing that in the NFL nowadays, as much as I do like a run first team, you do got to be able to make some of these throws. You got to be able to make these throws down the field. And I just don't think Tua has necessarily shown that he's fully capable of doing that. And I got the Patriots finishing at 9-8. Once again, those two teams, as far as the Patriots and the Dolphins, kind of interchangeable for me. I think it's just going to be a fight for that second place there in the AFC East. So basically, I'm riding there on maybe Bill Belichick is jet. Look, Bill did what he did in this offseason as far as fucking over the Miami Dolphins, which makes him an evil genius. And the whole thing as far as the nepotism with Stephen Belichick and all the maybe he's just smoke screening. So maybe there's just some little bit of something there left that'll get the job done. And what's the wide receiver they picked up from Miami? Yeah, what's his? No. The Patriots.
Oh, Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker's not great, but I think he's better than the stuff they've had. And Mac Jones, as much as he hasn't looked great this offseason, I think he didn't look great apparently the offseason before. So maybe it's just when they show up on the field, they'll play a little better.
Oh, so you don't think when he looks bad on the field before the games, he's just going to come and play differently?
And that's what happened last year.
James?
He didn't look great in training camp.
Right. So I have the Bills having the best record in the NFL this year. I have them going 15-2. Just based on the roster they have, and I think you all use the same link that I did.
Yep, you sent it to
every
us.
game. Yeah, I know, but Ryan didn't use it.
He didn't?
So no.
Yeah, so I did all the games too. Yes.
Yeah, so I picked all the games.
I did all the
and
games. I'm just
based on that, I think that's what's going to happen. I have the Jets coming in at 5-12, and at fourth place. Then I also have. Okay. I have a ghost in the house. I also have the Patriots going 5-12.
Okay.
Looking at, we had joint practices, right? With the Patriots this week. And I don't think anybody else paid attention to the reports coming out of that, but we fucking destroyed them every day. Not only did the Raiders beat writer say this, but the Patriots beat writer said it too. They were distraught. They was like, this, it doesn't look this bad. We can't stop anybody. They ran the ball 6 times, got stuffed 5 straight times, stuff like that. You don't necessarily ever hear that really. So we don't know who's calling the offense. I don't think they know either. So I got the Patriots going 5-12. I have the Dolphins going 11-6. I believe in what they did this offseason. And I think they're going to, when we were talking before, I was like, yeah, the Dolphins are going to challenge the Patriots, right? Mm-hmm. But as I went through each game, they're not. So I have the Bills going 5-1 in their division, the Dolphins going 4-2, the Patriots going 2-4, and the Jets going 1-5. And I think they beat the Bills or something just off some fluke shit. I tried to add in some fluke stuff because I honestly was trying to find a game that the Bills will lose. And I was like, it's something just going to happen.
So, James, it's funny that you say that. So when I first did it, I had the Bills going 17-0, and I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, see?
I did one of those too.
I was like, let me start over. And so I did it again, and I also had the Bills going 15-2.
Yeah.
the reason, and I feel justified in it, in that I really love what Ken Dorsey is talking about doing with them as far as being multiple. I like what James Cook adds to them as far as from a running back perspective. I think he'll take Singletary's job. I think it'll be Cook. I think it'll be some kind of committee approach with Cook, Singletary, and Moss. But I think Cook will be, like, by the end of the season, probably like the primary back, maybe some like I don't know, 40, 20 share. I mean, or like I know I was finna fix it.
We got a fullback
50, 25, 25, something like that. I don't know.
I was like, all right, Fred Taylor, 55-50.
So if I fill up half the tank,
like Shaq with the
if I fill up half the tank, I ain't never got to put the 80 in.
If you fill it up at half a tank, you only got to spend $20. But no, so I think my concern about them is more so from a defensive perspective. Tre'Davious White coming back from injury, how they're looking at corner. I think they'll be good though. I like their pick. The couple picks this year that they've made to help that defense. So I do see them going 15-2. I'll go from top to bottom. Second, I had the Dolphins at 10-7. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll push for the playoffs and just miss, kind of like Chargers did this year. This past year. I think they'll like kind of be exciting. They'll have some hiccups. You're like, hey, it's like Tua's okay. It's not that bad. But I think they'll struggle some. I had the Patriots at 6-11. I never read the reports that James is talking about. I just know the way the pendulum swings.
Their booty.
Patriots high variance last year. That shit's gonna come back down this year. The Jets I have going 5-12. I think that's decent for them, to be honest. After losing Mekhi Becton, I think next year is when you'll see them maybe push to be an 8-win team. I think you'll give Sauce Gardner, get Mekhi back. Sauce Gardner another year under his belt. Some of the draft picks that they've made in the last couple of years have some time to mature, and they'll be really stronger next year, and hopefully healthy. And so that's what I have. Only playoff team. Yeah, only playoff team coming out being the Bills. And same. That is the best record I have for like the entire league. So 15-2.
We basically the exact same. I only have the Bills coming out too.
Yep. That's interesting. You got so 11-6 don't get you out of the playoffs.
I know. Trust me.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get to it. Okay.
11-6 no playoffs. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
I didn't think it was gonna happen, but
it's happened before though.
I'm sorry,
but like this shit is
11-5 when they had Matt Castle and didn't make the playoffs.
The one thing that I'm looking at right now that makes me immediately want to change what it is I'm thinking is that I think I'm still giving Bill Belichick entirely too much credit. Hearing what it is that you just said happened at the camp makes logical sense from what it is you're hearing. So it's like I'm hearing all this shit and Bill Belichick could trust. I'm the guy that meme in the fire room, it's all fine, with a Bill Belichick hat on. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but he don't do offense.
No, I know.
And we don't know who's doing offense. And based on what I'm seeing,
this is my last.
Good.
This is my last in Bill we trust here. All right, give me one more.
All right, let me ask you this question: Who's their top corner?
The top corner?
Yeah, for the Patriots.
The ghost of Ty Law.
No, I think it's Mills that used to play for the Eagles. That boy has been getting torched.
What is that, Jalen Mills?
I think so. He's been getting torched.
It's just because he was in a scrimmage and he didn't want to show you what they were doing. You can't show the game plan,
That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
We do play him at the end of the year, but still, it was bad.
I still got Patriots and Dolphins like 1 to 2 wins.
Like, fam, we were destroying them without Waller. Waller wasn't even there. And Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams didn't lose a rep.
Let's not stay here at all.
All right.
Let's not.
Because that shit was bad.
I got it. All right. So moving on.
I got it.
To the AFC South. I'll start with the AFC South. I have the Colts taking that division away easily. I have them going 12-5. I think Matt Ryan will make a huge difference for that offense. Then I think he's a big upgrade over Carson Wentz. I think Michael Pittman will be better. I like that offense. I like that defense. The only way they can fuck it up really is coaching, in my opinion. It's like you have no more excuses, Frank. Like if you can't do it this year, then you're not the guy for the job. I have the Titans pushing to make the playoffs at 10-7, but I have them just missing. Think they'll be good.
This is gonna be different.
I had them going at one point. I had them going like lower, like maybe like getting 5 to 7 wins or something like that. But I can see them pushing still just to miss because that division is strong anyway. I think we'll see some improvement from the Jaguars. I see them winning about 6 games. Got them going 6-11. I have the Texans going 1-15.
This is
the
worst.
Wait, can I go?
The worst division, right?
Oh,
1-16. Yeah.
This is the worst division in football, though, right?
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Yeah.
Well, no. What do you mean?
Records.
This division has
not by what I have.
Oh, Keem, no. Keem, no.
Not by what I have, no.
All right. Let me go.
I mean, they have 2 of the worst teams, but no.
Would you have the Colts going?
I have Colts at 12-5, Titans 10-7, Jags.
All right, go ahead and subtract 4 wins from the Colts. That's where I got them at.
Okay, well,
you're allowed to be wrong. They win the division
at 8-9.
Yeah, because the Jaguars went 5-12, and they in second.
Okay,
the Titans went 4-13.
Jesus,
because they trying to lose. And then the Texans are 3-14 because it's the Texans. And then the Colts went 5-1 in the division. The Jaguars went 3-3. The Titans went 2-4, and the Texans went 2-4.
Yeah.
Okay. So question then: they played the Jaguars twice. They played the Texans twice. They played the Vikings. They played the Giants. They played the Commanders. They play the Steelers.
Kenny Pickett, baby.
And you're only thinking 8?
Yeah.
I have them winning 9.
Cowboys too.
I think the Commanders beat the Colts.
Oh, I can't wait till the NFC East come up. Oh,
that's what he's gonna shit all over.
I can't wait.
Well,
that's gonna be the closest.
I'll say this, Keem. There's 2 teams in the NFC East that have a better record than the Colts.
Interesting.
All right. Can I go?
Yeah.
So AFC South, 12-5 for the Indianapolis Colts. Keem is right. Matt Ryan is an upgrade over Carson Wentz, especially in that offense and in that dome. Jonathan Taylor, best running back in football right now, probably pound for pound. I just think that they're just doing they're Indianapolis is ascending, and they really, knowing Frank Reich is known for being leading the greatest comeback like in NFL history. And every time that this team gets to a certain point, it feels like Indianapolis, especially last year, they just crumbled when it came down to being the easiest possible thing to get into the playoffs and maybe make something happen. I'm hopeful that Matt Ryan just shakes the cobwebs off so can be that support that Frank Reich needs, the perfect comeback king to get them where it is they need to be. Second in division, I got the Tennessee Titans at 7-10.
Cool flipping that.
So the Titans are Derrick Henry. That's it. Like they get rid of AJ Brown. They bring in Robert Woods coming off the injury that he had when he was having a fairly good season, like 9 games, 500 yards for LA before he got up out of there, before he got hurt. But coming off the injury, getting used to a new offense, one that I think is going to be extremely run heavy. I just don't think they're going to amass a lot of wins. They'll beat up on some of the other teams in the division, but beyond that, it's just going to they suck. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I got 5-12. I actually think that this is a team where this is one of those records where I feel as though they could be a little bit better because maybe they could beat the Titans and they could beat the Texans and maybe get some of these wins in. So I wouldn't be surprised if the 5-12 number is a little higher. Travis Etienne coming back, looking natural, back in his regular position he should have always been playing in. Fucking stupid Urban Meyer. And James Robinson, who I still think is a hell of a back. The combo of those two guys and Trevor Lawrence, I think, is going to get better. And they got rid of the Urban Meyer bullshit. And I just think if they just focus, they can get to where they need to be. This is a team ascending. And then the team that I have tied for the worst record in the NFL, the Houston Texans. and 1-16. You have the neck, and everyone's trying to hype up Damian Price. It ain't working for me. This team is garbage.
Okay, Ryan.
I have the Colts.
Damian Pierce, by the way.
Is that what I said? What did I say?
You said Price.
Ah, my bad.
It's just,
Yeah, so
Yeah. I got the Colts winning the division easily. 11-6. Just they're clearly the best team in the division. Their run game is going to run people over. Coming in second, I have the Titans of Tennessee, which was a little tough for me, but I have them coming in at 9-8, missing the playoffs. The Jags I have, actually, I have the Texans with a better record. I have the Texans coming in 5-12. The only reason I have them winning 5 games is because I think that game against the Browns, they're going to win. I was close to 4-13 with them, but
You bought some Davis Mills cards.
You want him to beat Deshaun, basically.
No, you bought some Davis Mills cards.
No, fuck long neck giraffe looking motherfucker.
You bought his cards. You trying to offload them shits.
No, I think they beat the Browns, and so I had them getting 4 wins otherwise, and I think the Jags are going to be one of the hardest teams to watch in football.
I don't think so.
With Doug Peterson?
I hear you. I have them going 4-13 and being the worst in this division.
Okay.
They're also going up against, and also it really depends. And all of this is depending on whether or not the Broncos are good. And I'm not 100% convinced.
Okay.
So,
that's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think the Jags are gonna be the worst team in this division, but it's gonna be them and the Texans really duking it out for the bottom.
Okay.
I realize I'm gonna have the wildest take. I just noticed. I just noticed.
Is that new?
No, not even the one that I thought was gonna be wild. It's another one.
Okay. AFC West. Let's go to the AFC North. I'm gonna go last.
All right, let me go first.
Yes, you go. You go first because you're gonna go last on the next one.
Fuck.
The Ravens at 1-16.
No, I have the Ravens at 13-4.
Okay.
I'm going 5-1 in their division. Second place, I have the Bengals at 8-9. I know.
Yeah.
I don't
going
blame
3-3 in their division.
I don't blame you for the regression season. I really don't. I don't blame you for the regression season.
Yeah. Like their skill position is really good. Defense is all right. And the issue to me is offensive line. Like, are they going to protect Joe Burrow? I know they added pieces, but you guys see it on film. So then I have the Steelers going 6-11. First time Mike Tomlin has a losing season. Yeah. Oh, look, I got halfway through. I was like, damn. I was like, yo, they had like 2-2-8 or some shit. I was like, nah, they got going to run.
They've been losing a lot.
I was like, yo, they got going to run.
I did mine monitoring all that. I was like, okay.
Yeah. And then I have the Browns going 6-11. No Deshaun. I don't know what's going to happen with Kareem Hunt. I know he requested a trade. And I still don't like Stefanski's offense. I think it's ass.
Okay.
Not as bad as Romans, but at least y'all got Lamar.
All right, K-Dot.
With the best record in the AFC, I've got the Baltimore Ravens at a 15-2. This is the Lamar is taking on all comers, and he is fucking the league up. This is why I bet on myself. Season is here, and I think with them not getting ravaged with injuries like they did last season, this is their coming out party. I think that defense has gotten. My favorite player in this last NFL draft was Kyle Hamilton, and I don't know if people have seen some of the preseason highlights and how big a human being that motherfucker is, and like the bat down that he had near the end zone. I see them having This to me is going to be one of those Raven teams from like 10 years ago where you're going to see pick sixes on the clock, and it's going to be fun to live here in Baltimore.
Peters is back.
this is going. I have the Ravens just demolishing shit in the AFC. Second up, I got the Cincinnati Bengals at 11-6. Here's the thing, Cincinnati. I want to you lose the Super Bowl. Usually, you have that period afterwards, that lull, right? You can look at Joe Burrow and see that almost all of his stats came in these chunks at the end of the season compared to being consistent throughout the season, and he was getting this head bashed in the entire time. The one thing I will give Cincinnati credit for is that what they addressed more than anything else in this offseason was that offensive line and trying to give him the protection he needs. So while I don't think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and all those guys have necessarily the crazy stats that they had last year, I think what you're going to see is probably a more well-rounded team and a team that can win these games. And that's what I like as far as 11-6 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Third up, I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like James, it's the first losing season for Mike Tomlin. I have them at 8-9. I still think the Pittsburgh Steelers, because of who they are, will still be able to win some games that nobody have them in. And I also think Najee Harris has the capability of being a top – coming out of this season, he might be considered a top 3, easily probably top 5 running back in the league. And I think that this is where they kind of transition to just knowing, hey, guys, we have a team. We just need a quarterback again. And that's –
We should make a petition for Mike Tomlin to take a sabbatical. So he doesn't have to lose the season.
No, he needs it. But I think Pittsburgh needs to be humbled just a little bit. They've had all this success.
Yeah, let Pittsburgh be humble, but not Mike Tomlin.
But I'm saying,
no. It'll help him with a little draft pick. He'll get a better draft pick next year.
You remember how you said he wanted Chase Young? He's like, I don't want to be that bad.
He
might be that bad.
The direct comparison, all right, usually when you got a team that loses a Hall of Fame quarterback, somebody's been a mainstay for 2 decades, there's a lull that happens, right? So they've had Ben Roethlisberger, who's been there, and they haven't had to worry about anything for so fucking long, right? And there's now this, and even this offseason, I was excited about the prospects of Mitch Trubisky, Dwayne Haskins kind of quarterback counter that they were having, and then tragically Dwayne Haskins is gone. So I just see this team as being they're going to see at the end of the season, God dang it, we need a quarterback. And maybe we should have drafted Malik Willis. And last off in that division, I've got the Cleveland. Maybe we should have drafted Malik Willis. Last in the division, I've got the
pick is looking good.
Last, I have the Cleveland Browns at 4-13. I'm with you as far as Stefanski's offense. As far as that running back Kareem Hunt, I don't know why they're still holding on to him, honestly. But it might be just, hey, let's save the wear and tear that we can on Nick Chubb for when Deshaun gets back. So Kareem, go out there and have some fun. But
even still, they don't run Chubb that much.
They should. Look, I don't understand what it is they're doing. I still don't understand how the Baker Mayfield season went to the way it went last year. So I question a lot of decision making. I got them not winning a game in the division. I also think when Deshaun Watson comes back, the thing that I'm kind of predicting, he's gonna suck. I think this is a write-off season. I don't think Deshaun's necessarily going to be good when he gets back. He's been away for a while, and after hearing everything he said in the media, I don't think he's that bright. So this is what it is.
Okay.
Well, he only getting paid $1 million this year, right? So it don't matter.
I love everything K-Dot said.
I would imagine if the Browns are as bad as we think they are going into week 12, 13, what is it?
Yeah, 13.
What week does he get back? Week 13? They're going to put their $500 million man on the field.
12. I think 12.
Well, 12 is a bye week. So
all right, 13. Okay.
You think they're going to put their $500 million man right back out on the field on a team?
They should, absolutely.
Yes.
I guess
he has to play. He
has to play.
Look, hey, for sure that Deshaun Watson said, all right, I'll accept the suspension, but make sure I come back by the Texans.
Yeah, so he can coach.
I'm just saying, you pay.
The NFL said
you paid.
You're gonna be back for this game.
But then the other thing, I'm not
weird. It's a weird number. It was 11.
I'm rooting for Cleveland to fuck this all up. The idea that you gave this man how much guaranteed again? 200 how much million? And you haven't seen him play?
230.
Breaking news.
230, and you're not gonna see him play?
Breaking news. Guess who the Bills punter is tonight?
Matt Stafford.
Matt Barkley.
Matt Barkley, rather.
Yeah. Didn't he? I saw that posted somewhere.
Adam Schefter just posted just
Ryan,
like 2 seconds
you
ago.
Lamar hater. You can go now.
All right. The worst record, I have the Baltimore Ravens at 0-17.
I love it. I love it.
No, I have the Ravens at 12-5. It's hard. I I flip flop on games a lot, which is also why I had the Bills with basically the same record. Teams are gonna lose, right? And I just kind of got to try and pick which ones I think are gonna be close. The Ravens are gonna be good as shit. Defense is good. Lamar Jackson still can't throw, but fuck can he score?
He can throw, man.
Okay.
Shut up. I think they're gonna be significantly.
I'm gonna show the shit to
improved.
Lamar too,
Oh,
fucker.
good. I think they're going to be significantly improved over last year, where they still had a good team. It's just a lot of injuries. Bengals, I have them making the playoffs. I think there are going to be some regressions, but there's a lot of very, very winnable games on their schedule. It's actually one of the easier schedules in football. I have them going 11-6. I think they shored up around Joe Burrow. That kid is the coolest man on the planet. And the rest of this division is trash, as we're about to find out. I have the Steelers going 7-10. Too many losable games and no quarterback. And that's being generous. I think I gave him a game where I was like, it's Pittsburgh. It's going to be cold. People are going to have to run the ball. They usually throw the ball. And then so this is all dependent on Deshaun coming back and actually playing. Because I don't have the Browns winning a whole lot of games before he's back. I have them going 5-12, and I think that's being generous. But they also, they play the Falcons. The Falcons are trash. I don't really care who you throw up against them. You might be able to beat them.
Falcons are not that bad.
Lord.
But they are actually that bad.
Oh Lord, I cannot wait. I hope. Oh my God.
What are you?
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Hey,
And I don't have
foreshadowing, but it's with a twist.
I also don't have any trust in the Dolphins. And then they played the Saints. Anyway, I have them going 5-12. This division is very top heavy. It's totally possible that the Browns win 0 games this season, but I don't think the Steelers or the Browns would be very good at all, and that sucks. Because Kenny Pickett's got those little hands, right? And I've seen Mitch Trubisky play. Like, he's serviceable, but
doesn't Drew Brees have little hands?
What? Yeah, but they got voodoo down there. That's why.
For the record, I have Baltimore and Cincinnati both making the playoffs.
Yeah. Both making the playoffs.
Cincinnati's the 7th seed.
I don't have Cincinnati making the playoffs.
Oh, we know because you have 11-6 team not making it, and you said Cincinnati went 8-9.
Oh, true.
So
You're right.
You are right.
Yeah, I got them as a wild card at 11-6.
I think it's interesting how similar my what I have is with Ryan and K-Dot had, especially what K-Dot said. I completely agree with. So I have the Ravens winning the division, going from that worst to first at 12-5. I think we'll see an improved defense. I do think they might struggle a little bit early on because you've got people coming back from injury. And it might take a little time to get acclimated. I still, you never know what you're going to get from a Greg Roman offense as far as that passing game goes. But they've taken the steps to kind of change things as far as it seems like they're going to go to what I want them to do more, which is more of a Shanahan style, having Lamar play some more under center, doing some play action and setting them up that way. And so if they do that, I think they can be a more effective offense and hopefully, I'm assuming that they'll kind of, again, I think they'll have their hiccups. And I'm with what K-Dot said as far as Lamar revenge season. But again, I always say everybody has their Super Bowl. Lamar's Super Bowl isn't the regular season anymore. That was 2019. And so his Super Bowl now is winning the Super Bowl. And so we'll get to that later. And I think he'll have a good season. I think that defense will carry a little bit in some sense because they'll be much improved, hungry. I had a lot of injuries last year. Offensive line, though, is coming back more healthy. So I'm looking forward to seeing J.K. Dobbins, Rashad Bateman. I also very interested in to see if they use Isaiah Likely because I think he's pretty good. He's pretty good, and I want to see him in that Hayden Hurst role. And because I think he'll be a good player. I have the Bengals going 12-5 too, though. I just have the Ravens beating them out. So what K-Dot said is what I agree with. So like there still will be regression with the Bengals. There still will be regression, but it won't come in the form of wins and losses. It'll come in how they're winning and losing those games. And like how they look. I don't think they'll look as explosive as they did toward the end of the season like they did last year. I think they'll look a little bit more not like lethargic or anything. I think they'll just look a little less explosive, but still be good and entertaining team to watch. But yeah, I have them going 12-5. I can see them at 11-6, 10-7 at worst. I think a lot of people are counting on them regressing. And I think it's like gonna show like, hey, we're kind of here to stay. As long as they're healthy, I think they'll be anywhere from a 10-win team at minimum. I have the Steelers going 8-9. I have them pushing. I think I have them losing the last game of the season. For Mike Tomlin to
fam, they can't do
sure.
that.
Oh, for sure. I made it poetic.
That's
now.
Fucked up.
He gonna lose that last game of the season.
Ain't no way. If they get the last game, they gonna come on. They gonna pull it out.
I wanted to hurt. And I think they'll just miss out on another winning season under Mike Tomlin. I don't think they're a playoff team. They shouldn't have been last year, but fuck them. And I think they'll look better. I think they'll look like a good team in times, and I think their defense is going to be great. I think their offense is going to struggle. They'll have games where Najee can carry, and they'll have games where he can't. And that's just pretty much that. I have the Browns going 5-12. The 5 is mostly, maybe 1 or 2 upset wins, and like the rest, like they play the Falcons. We play the NFC East this year, and that's the division I think is going to be not the NFC East, the NFC South. And that's the division I think is going to be insanely weak. And so with that said, that is how I feel about the Ravens. So AFC North.
All right, let's get this other division out of the fucking way.
All right, and so I'm gonna let you start first.
This is like the closest division in the NFL. So why are you saying like that?
No, it's because I'm not looking forward to your part. So
that's fucking rude.
I know. It's like
we already got a preview.
Look, and I gave the Commanders respect too. Like that's the crazy part.
I appreciate it. People come here to hear me trash you.
I did not give them.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. I've been told. There's quite a bit.
Oh, all right, fine.
There's genuine heat. People think that you were legit like AJ Soprano in high school, driving your Audi and losing Rolexes and shit. Just whatever. All right, so beyond that,
why do people keep bringing that shit up?
I'm just saying, it's been told to me. I ain't going.
It's like what, 15 years ago? I don't care.
We all have our brands, bud. All right, so so the AFC West, the best division of football. Right now, winning it. I'm wondering if I can get through this without James interrupting me. Probably. So the third seed in the AFC, I have in winning the AFC West, I have the LA Chargers. The Chargers right now, I think defensively with Bosa, with all they're doing, they've done the right way as far as building certain key pieces, key cogs on that defense. And offensively, I think Justin Herbert, a la like Josh Allen, is getting better. Austin Eckler, to me, also, while not a guy that I expect to be the third down workhorse, has done well anytime they need to give him the fucking football. And regardless of whatever the load management is, he's able to fucking deal with it. So I just think that's a team that's ascending. They're getting better. And I'm excited to see where they're at. Right now, just have one division because I think that the momentum to me is on their side. There's nothing new that necessarily needs to be learned. They know each other. They're just going to get better. Second up in that division, the 5th seed in the AFC playoffs, I have the Kansas City Chiefs at 12-5. This one to me is the one that I think a lot of people are getting a little loose on, which is that there's the idea that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to regress without Tyreek Hill, or people thinking that Patrick Mahomes is getting figured out as far as the cover 2 and all this other kind of stuff. I still look at Patrick Mahomes and say you are the best goddamn quarterback in the NFL when you put your fucking mind to it. And I do believe this is one of those seasons where they kind of get the swagger back. I also think the most overrated position in the sense of value to a certain degree in the NFL might be wide receiver, in the sense of wide receivers coming out of college being absolutely studs left and right all over the field. As long as you got a guy that can catch the fucking ball, you can put the ball in the hand. I like Sky Moore, the young cat they got. Juju Smith-Schuster. We saw Ben Roethlisberger not be able to throw a fucking football past 10 yards. They haven't had anybody. And I think Juju, knowing that he can be around the other Mahomes and do TikTok videos on his bicycle, just make it so that he's going to have fun again.
Johnson had over 1,000 yards, though.
I get it. And I think Deontay Johnson's a better player than Juju Smith-Schuster. But what I'm saying is that in a share in that system, I get it and I understand. But look, the forefront of that offense, as far as any receiving talent, is still Travis Kelce, but I still think best goddamn tight end in all of football. I don't think Andy Reid in that team, knowing what it is they know going into this season, the seeing last season, are going to be anything better than coming at their absolute best. I think this is one of those Patrick Mahomes seasons where we're reminded again, yeah, don't doubt this dude. So third up, I've got the where y'all play again? Yeah, Vegas. The Vegas Raiders at 11-6. I don't trust Josh McDaniels just yet. That being said, there's no denying adding a Devontae Adams to that offense with a Hunter Renfrow and a Darren Waller makes them nasty. I don't know what the hell is happening at running back with the Kenyon Drake, where they just cut him. And then you got Josh Jacobs, who I keep hearing is on the trade block. I know James is playing some aspect of it to it. I don't quite get it. I know on defense they got that dude that looks like a Klansman. Was it Max Crosby? He looks crazy on defense. Fucking awesome. But it's just that team where I just look at the other guys in the division and I say, I don't think they're quite there. Give me one more year of being able to believe in Josh McDaniels that he actually has a legit scheme for this offense. And I see them pushing and getting second place in the following year. And last but not least, in the AFC West, I have the Denver Broncos at 8-9. Yes, a losing record. Russell Wilson, love him to death. I think that him going to Denver is only going to elongate his career compared to what was happening in fucking Seattle. I like Cortland Sutton. I don't like Jerry Jeudy. As far as from a tight end standpoint, I don't know why they had to punish Noah Fant with letting him have the lead with Drew Lock. I still imagine Noah Fant being there. Whoa, man, Russ is coming. Oh no, what? No, he has to go too. So that's just the way I always pictured it. Defensively, I get it. They were like a top 3 defense last year, and Patrick Surtain is getting better. But overall, look at that defense. I'm saying, other than like 2 guys, they don't blow me away. But I maybe they get there. But I don't know. I don't necessarily know after seeing. I know Russ wasn't 100% healthy last year, and I know he had a few games where he went on this little bit of a run. But it's hard for me to think with Russ's skill set that he's going to command the same amount. I don't see him being the Russ of 3-4 years ago again. I think he'd be good, but I think that this is going to be a new chapter for Russ and what it is he's got to do at quarterback. And I think it might be a little weird for him. That's just my prediction. I think Sutton ends up being the person on the offense that ends up being the revelation more than anybody else. Right. And as far as the playoff teams, I've got the top 3 all making the playoffs.
Question. K-Dot, did I interrupt you one time?
No, congrats, dude. That was awesome. You were fucking dope.
You were thinking about it.
Oh, no, so many times.
Oh, dude, I'm like, look, I can have thoughts. Just like if
no.
Never mind. I was about to say some shit. I'm not gonna say it.
All right. This is gonna be short and sweet.
Okay.
I want to start off by saying I don't know who the Broncos are. They could win 17 games or they could win 4. I don't think anybody knows who they are quite yet. But I think we'll know by their bye week after that London game who they are. I got the Chiefs winning 12 games, going 12-5, winning the division. Obviously, I think this is going to be one of the tighter divisions, kind of top heavy. They still have Mahomes. I think they lost a little bit with what's his face going to Miami.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but they still they have the dual threat of Mahomes and whoever it is that he wants to throw to. They all seem to be open. Kelce is a monster. They're the best team in the division. Coming in second, this is tough for me, and I flip-flopped a couple times between who I thought was going to win what. I have the Chargers at 11-6. Again, Herbert is getting better. That defense got significantly better in the offseason. I'm just a whore for Herbert. I think we all know that. Third, I have Raiders going 10-7. Again, this division is really shitty. They're going to have to play each other twice. There's probably everybody's going to split, which is going to bring everybody's records down a little bit. Although I think we'll come up with my MVP dark horses later, but I imagine Derek Carr is going to have a very good season. And then I have the Denver Broncos at 9-8. They literally could win 2 games. I don't know. They have Alex O as their tight end. Alex Okagabagaway. Is something like that.
That was low-key racist.
I was about to say it.
It is 19 consonants long.
Just saying.
Continents, bro?
Consonants.
Like Africa.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking about.
That's one
I'm
continent.
surprised you didn't make click sounds, man.
I bet.
Don't give him ideas. He's about to do that shit. He did it in his head. I know he did.
Oh, absolutely. What would it sound like if I would have to?
I gave them 9 wins because of Russ, right? But I don't even know which Russ we're getting this year. And he's been doing some very, very suspect things on social media, which make me distrust him.
Let's ride.
But I'm gonna let him cook. We'll see if he's microwaving dinners or if he's actually cooking. I have the top 3 all making the playoffs. So
I got Russ regressing because Sierra's have bored in Denver.
That's right. Hey, weed is legal out there, bro.
Can I say one thing? Just commenting on me and Ryan
Probably
saying. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I am kind of, what is it, loquacious? It is crazy that me and Ryan had, like, looking at the Denver Broncos, seeing that they won 7 games last year with who they had at quarterback, you totally expect there to be a huge improvement. I don't know why it just doesn't feel like that's coming for them.
it doesn't feel comfortable saying
Because
it, right?
everybody's laughing at Russ right now.
Yeah, but him and Cortland Sutton are having prayer circles. That's what I have faith in.
All right.
no,
All right.
Can I go now?
Can I go?
No, it's team started.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, so I'll try to make it short and sweet for you, buddy.
Cal?
Not pause, but all right.
Winning the division, I have the
Tender.
Los Angeles Chargers going 14-3. I think they're gonna set this shit on fire this year. I love this team for this year. They went out, made the play to booster that defense. And with Herbert still on that rookie contract, I think they made the right move. You got Austin Eckler, you got Isaiah Spiller. I think they have the offense, and I think they made the improvements that they need on defense. I think after paying Derwin James, you'll finally get maybe a healthy season from him. And then I expect them to be good on both sides of the ball. And their toughest games will obviously come in division. But I'm a big believer in Herbert. I think he's great. I love his arm. And I'm an even bigger believer in Brandon Staley, man. I think he's a great coach. I like the way he explains things, and maybe it's just because I'm stupid. I just love the way he explains things, and I think that he just seems to me like he's a good leader, like he's a good teacher in terms of offense, defense, whatever things that you want players to do. And he seems like a player the coach that players want to play for. So shouts to Brandon Staley. Coming in second, I have the most disrespected team by the previous 2 people. Coming in at 12-5, the Denver Broncos. And my thing is kind of piggybacking off what K-Dot said, which if you use logic, they won 7 games last year. They won 7 games last year, and they probably shouldn't have won some of those. Got a new head coach, got a quarterback. So I do think
That's my quarterback.
I do think that defense will come down some, but I think the offense will go up, right? And so and that comes with a defense that'll get to play with the lead now. I think that will make the defense just as good. They'll come down in terms of stats and things like that, of course, but I think Russell's regression season was last year. And now this is like I said, the pendulum swings in the NFL. It's 1 year is this, the next year is that. Last year, Russell Wilson was ass and trash, and he was all this and that. The pendulum swings, man. He's got an offensive head coach, a coach who will design an offense around him. He's got Javonte Williams at running back, Melvin Gordon at running back. He's got Jerry Jeudy at wide out. He's got Cortland Sutton at wide out. They'll be deadly. It doesn't. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seems like they have all the pieces. Unless the coach fucks that up, which Hackett, this is his first year. It's tough. It can be tough for first year coaches, man. So that is an issue. But
I don't know if I'll be able to hack it.
Broncos.
That's the problem.
I believe in the Broncos. I think I even had them beating the Ravens when we play them in December. But I wanted to move on to my third team. All offseason I've been talking about. Oh, also obviously 12-5 to get you in the playoffs for me. all season, I've been talking about how the Chiefs are going to finish last. Then I did this shit, and I was like, damn, they're not going to finish last. They're not going to finish last. And it's partially because of what Kate I was saying too, though, really, like realistically. Just like Russell, Patrick Mahomes' regression season was last year. He struggled last year. I think losing Tyreek Hill will hurt them to some degree. I think it'll hurt them. I think it'll hurt them for sure, because it won't be as easy to just go, oh, he's faster than everybody. I'm scrambling on this play. I'm going to just chuck it, and I know he'll be deep down and uncovered. I think that's what it changes. It doesn't change Pat Mahomes as a quarterback. If you look up his fucking stats in games without Tyreek Hill, they're fucking amazing. It's a small sample size, but if you extrapolated them over the course of a season, they'd be better than the stats that he has with Tyreek Hill. So with that said, I expect Pat Mahomes to push for MVP and carry the shit out of this team. Here's why I have the Chiefs going 10-7 and still making the playoffs, coming in at 7th, still making the playoffs. That defense. It's defense. You can outscore some of these teams, but again, in that division, now you got pass rushers on the Broncos and corners. You got pass rushers on the Chargers and corners. You got pass rushers on the Raiders, no corners. But you got pass rushers on the Raiders. And they can get to you, and so I think I got them going 3-3 in the division, and outside obviously that's like 7-4 outside of the division. So I think that's kind of where some of their struggles will come. I like the Chiefs. They could maybe slip to 4th. I have the Raiders going 9-8, and so they'll be right there pushing. I can see the Raiders maybe sneaking in. I like the Raiders team. As far as the head coach, Josh kind of struggled in Denver when he was coaching in Denver before. I think
we lost Cam.
That's a compromising face.
Yep.
I'm going to edit something right in there.
Oh, wow. Don't do that. All right. So I guess it's my go then.
Yeah. Unless he comes back, and we'll cut you off.
Yeah, it's fine. He said what? He said he had the Raiders coming in last because Josh McDaniels had a bad time in Denver, right? And you look at that, it's like he did. What happened, Ryan?
Oh, I just thought this was supposed to go ahead.
No, he did have a bad time in Denver, right? But I believe Coach Belichick had a bad time in Cleveland, and then he went to New England. And it was like 10 years in between? Oh, damn, he's gone. All right.
What? Oh, he went to go get some food.
All right, sir.
This was here the whole time. This is number sunflower seeds.
Go ahead and go.
That was pretty much it. Raiders got the worst quarterback in the division. The team that I think is just, from a talent perspective, the weakest team. And it's not a weak team at all by any means. Not a weak team, but just the weakest of the teams. And like I said, I could see them switching spots with the Chiefs easy. 9-8 and 10-7. There's a lot of variance there. So,
are you saying the Raiders are some bitches? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I just trust Herbert, Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes.
Bitches.
More than I trust Josh McDaniels and Derek Carr.
All right. He's taking notes.
Okay. So, do you guys want me to start from the best team in the best record or worst record?
The way that we usually do? The way that everybody else has done it?
No, they've switched. I've been paying attention. So worst or best? Which one y'all want?
Hey, up to you.
Go with the best.
I'll go with worst. So before
what would be more dramatic? Knowing your list and knowing what we expect it to be. What would be the more dramatic?
If I go first.
Yes,
go
with that. Go first.
All right.
I know, go first.
But listen. Going into it, I have to say that there's a 2-game difference between first and last place.
Okay.
All right.
I think
so.
That's what I had.
First place, I got the Raiders at 13-4. Looking at it, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Looking at it, when I was doing how the roster's been based on everything that I've heard in the offseason, this is the first time I've actually really paid attention because we actually have a good coaching staff now. Patrick Graham is a really good defensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels is a really good offensive person, like better than John Gruden, right, K-Dot?
Everyone's better than John Gruden.
Okay, so and we went 10-7 with that motherfucker last year, right?
Well, no. You want like
Partially.
3-5 with him, like
Rich
7-2
Bisaccia got you where you needed to be.
It was the same offense. It was the same offensive scheme. Bisaccia didn't change anything.
Okay.
All right, cool. So
is Leatherwood still there?
Maybe not, based on reports from the day. We might trade him to the Patriots for Wynn. That they're a right tackle. Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't want to interrupt.
No, that's fine. You interrupted me when I interrupted you.
So you asked me a question earlier. So fair enough.
All right, so look,
Get him, James.
Look, so before Keem left, I was talking about in regards to McDaniel's time in Denver compared to Belichick's time in Cleveland. They both didn't have good times. And then Belichick went to New England. McDaniels went to Las Vegas. Like, it's very similar based on like their track record of what happened. Yeah, Kate, I'll look it up because they were talking about it as soon as McDaniels got hired. Of course, I'm not going to say McDaniels is going to be Belichick, but he's been studying under him for like a decade, so it's cool. I think we're underestimating Pat Graham. The Giants had the top 10 scoring defense, and it's the Giants. It's literally the Giants. And now he's coming over where he has Max Crosby and Chandler Jones on the end, on the edges. Like, he could do something with that. All right, so I have the Raiders going 13-4. Devontae and Derek Carr are cooking everybody that they've been put in front of at this moment, which is encouraging, but you still got to play the games. Second place, I have the Chiefs. I've been talking shit about the Chiefs all offseason. And as King was explaining his point, I was thinking about this one part. The impact that Tyreek Hill has on the Chiefs offense is more than what we have stated so far. Tyreek Hill's speed clears out everything else underneath for everybody. And like, especially Kelsey. So all that open shit that Kelsey was getting, where he was just wide the buck open, it's not going to happen anymore. But Kelsey's that good to where he can make contested catches. So that's the difference that I see. That's why I still have them at 12-5. Keem, the Chiefs defense is the worst in the division.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
Exactly.
All right, cool. I thought you were saying like they were good.
No, I'm saying the defense is why they're only winning team. That's what I'm saying. Mahomes has to carry.
I got him at 12 just because you look at Mahomes and Andy Reid, like his ability as a coach is going to get them to 12. Like we play the AFC South this year, I think. I think we play the AFC South. So it's like, All right. And then in third place, I have Denver.
Real quick, James, to your point, you guys, the Raiders, everybody else, I'm not worried about playing the AFC South. The Chiefs play. What are they gonna do with Derrick Henry? Like, what are they gonna do with Jonathan Taylor? They never have been able to stop.
Here's the thing with the Titans. All they gotta do is stack the box. Who the fuck is Tannehill gonna throw to?
Robert Woods.
Who the ACL?
I mean, it's
fine. ACL is healed.
When? It takes time to come back from that.
He was out all of last year.
Yeah.
You still need time. When did they play him? Did they play him early or late?
First off, we have seen the Chiefs try and stack the box. Mm-hmm. They cannot do it. If you maintain time, remember last year, you maintain time of possession, you can beat the Chiefs. And all they're going to do is run down their throats.
Guys, I have the Chiefs going 12-5.
I'm not saying that's
I have the Titans going 4-13.
Yeah, one of those might be against the Chiefs.
That's where I have the Chiefs. Third place, I have the Broncos. Their defense is too good, and they actually got Russell Wilson now. Jerry Jeudy has another year under his belt. He's a really good receiver, and he has an actual quarterback throwing him the ball. Like, you could think like he's being like Jerry Jeudy wasn't that good, but it was Drew Lock. Like, come on. The man that was lip syncing Jeezy? No.
What's wrong
Russ
with
is
you?
bad, but he ain't that bad.
Kind of respect the
Oh.
Jeezy thing.
I was gonna
Also,
say I like Jeezy.
No, I hated it. There's a meme of that. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it.
He's a Bronco.
Yeah, he was sitting on the bench just rapping Jeezy. It was annoying. I think they lost that game too, assholes. All right, coming in last place, I have the Chargers. The only reason why they're last is only because of the I think the division record. Like, I have the Raiders at 13-4, the Chiefs at 12-5, and I have both the Broncos and Chargers at 11-6. So all the teams in the AFC West make the playoffs. I know it's weird, but at the end of the day, the Chargers are going to Charger. They're going to lose some games they should win. And I don't know, like nobody else addresses yet, but J.C. Jackson just had ankle surgery, their big offseason signing. So he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. And then when he comes back, I don't know how he's going to fare. So there's that. And Khalil Mack is great. It's just he hasn't produced in a while since he left the Raiders.
So
Okay. And also, Ryan, the Broncos have Albert as a tight end.
yeah,
And I think that's why they let Noah Fant go, really, because they had him. Like Albert was doing pretty good last year.
Hold
Like
on.
when
Here we
in the
go.
games he played.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Okweg Bunam.
I
Yeah,
feel like
his
sounds
middle-
right.
the white
his middle
robot's fucking it up.
His middle name. No, that's just like a fucking English.
I
dude.
just want to clear up one thing. Khalil Mack had 12.5 sacks the year that he left the Raiders. He followed that up with 8.5, 9, and then 6 this past year.
I know,
But
but
he only
like,
played 7 games last year.
right.
6 sacks in 7 games. I think
Yeah.
that's
I know it's great, but like you got to be there.
well, yeah, that was his only injury riddled seasons. Every other season, he's played at least 16 games.
Yeah, you
Right.
can't say Okwebunam? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Can I clear one more thing up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done. I have one more thing.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you go, and then I have one thing. I'll go ahead, go.
Comparing Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels' coaching careers and how they're coming
No.
back is fucking asinine. So the
You know
the
what I
idea,
mean.
fuck you. The idea that Josh McDaniels coached 2 seasons in Denver, 4-12, hold on, 8-8, and then 4-12, and then
Yep.
hightailed the fuck out of there.
And
Bill
he had
Belichick,
Tebow.
Kyle Orton, that was Orton. So
He had Tebow.
Kyle Orton was the main passer for Josh McDaniels.
Yeah. Tebow won a playoff game. Suck dick.
All right. Beyond that, Bill Belichick, when he got the job in Cleveland, was defensive coordinator for the Bill Parcells-led New York Giants, and he won a Super Bowl as defensive coordinator. Then was coach in Cleveland for 5 years, including a playoff berth. It's not comparable.
All right.
So you're just saying any coach that gets fired and goes somewhere else?
How many? All right. So
Can
when
be
he was
great,
in New England,
yeah.
he was offensive coordinator for how many Super Bowls?
So that's 04 to 07, 1?
And then he went back to New England, right?
Yeah.
And he won some more, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The career trajectory thing makes just.
All I'm saying is he failed at his first head coaching stop.
I'm saying
his
someone said
second one-
Belichick in the same breath as McDaniels
Oh my
and got
God.
Raiders fans excited.
No.
I
They
agree.
said the
Only
exact
because
same
the
thing I
Cleveland
said.
Browns are not the Denver Broncos. He had Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall. Like, come on. But the point I was gonna make is when I say the pendulum swings, it also includes luck. The Raiders won a bunch of fucking lucky games last year. They won, I believe, 8 one-score games and had like 4 overtime games. They won all their overtime games.
You know why?
Pendulum swings and luck. It's
Yes,
going to
but
go back
it's
the
not
other
luck.
way.
It's not
They're
luck. You
gonna-
know why? Because who has the most comeback victories in the NFL like since 2015 or something? It's Derek
I
Carr.
don't give a shit if Derek Carr
Derek
is
Carr.
Tom Brady. I'm telling you, the pendulum swings every year.
It ain't swing yet.
There's going to be a regression in
It
one
hasn't
score
swing
game.
yet, man.
Bet me,
That man
bet
is
250. Bet 250. Bet 250. Bet 250.
No, because you're 1-0. You
Bet
know what?
250.
Hey,
no,
here's the
I
Penguins.
know.
All right, so what are we betting?
Bet 250. I bet
What?
you 250. The Raiders don't win 11 games.
So what if they
You
win
got them
12?
at 13. I'm giving you
They
2.
won 11 then.
They
Ooh.
won 10 last year. Win one
All
more.
right, and then what you got the Ravens going?
That it don't matter.
No.
It don't matter. We talking about the
It's
Raiders.
not just me, it's you too. What you got them
but
going?
you're bullish on your team.
I
don't give
am.
a fuck.
Now, what do you have the Ravens going? I'm down
I
for
have
that.
12 and 5.
Uh-huh. You have them 12-5.
12 and 5.
Are we doing
I
straight
have them
up?
winning more. All right, fuck it.
no.
Let's go.
250.
Yep.
Ryan, write this down.
I'm gonna need.
What is the bet? What is the
350.
bet?
You just said it.
I know. I just want it clear because I know last
you
time
said we
there
not.
was some
No. It's me
emotion.
here. You talking to me here? I
Over,
paid somebody
under-
else's bet.
Over under 11.
Yeah, I
and a half.
know. It just
Yeah, it's me here. So you said
I
said that the Raiders are not winning 11 games, right?
right.
Okay, I'm saying they're winning at least 11.
Okay, so
cool.
over under 10 and a half.
We'll see what happens.
$50.
And McDaniels got rid of Cutler and Brandon first year.
Also, we forget that the coaching tree from Bill Belichick, they're just dead trees. They're
They
dead
are, that is
branches.
true. We have
They have a combined winning percentage of like 200. Like it's not a prestigious tree. It's one that
I
once it
forgot
gets
all
rid
about
of
that.
you, you just fucking die. Romeo Crennel.
And now
And James,
I
would
feel like
to add-
everybody
Charlie Weiss.
interrupted me on my take, right?
no. We waited
I
for you to
didn't have-
end.
No, y'all been talking this whole time. So
Because you
K-Dot,
went
to
through
your
your
point,
whole-
shut up,
Because you
Ryan.
went through your
Shut up, K-Dot,
predictions.
and listen.
You-
When you talked about Josh Jacobs, right? He's not getting traded. We cut Kenyon Drake because we have him, and then we have Josh Jacobs, and we also have this dude named Zeus that played at Georgia. I don't know if anybody watched Georgia football.
I mean,
yeah.
you know, they had like 4 backs, so yeah, he was one of the ones. They had, like,
Like Zeus is nice. So we have that. And I think Josh Jacobs is going to walk after this year because I don't think McDaniels is good on, or the Patriots' way is to pay the running backs.
it's not.
Right. So I think Josh Jacobs is going to walk after this year. So he's going to play up to whatever. I think we still have like 20-something million in cap space. If we get win in a trade, I think we're going to go ahead and pick up another D tackle in Dominican too. And if that happens, I'm definitely good on the 250. I'd raise it to 300 if we get in Dominican too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that.
NFC South.
No, not NFC South. I just want to say, James, one thing I like to add. I am not 1-0. I am 2-0 because both of these bitches lost.
Oh, true.
I'm 2-0.
But I have to get called a bitch. Like I did nothing here. I've done nothing. All right. I paid.
That
It was a
was a
moment.
stray. That was a
and
stray.
you fucking asshole.
That was a
I got
stray.
your team finishing higher than you do. Fuck you.
was a stray.
What is this bullshit?
No, you don't have them finishing higher than I do. We'll get to that later.
What? No, the Ravens. I had them at 15-2.
He's talking about like the
Right.
playoffs.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have
Doesn't
the
matter.
finishing. You have them win the Super Bowl probably. Yeah,
You're absolutely right. The NFC East.
250 that they don't win the Super Bowl.
I'm not betting for shit.
I tell you what, Ryan. If I win my bet with James, I'll agree to that.
I'll give you odds.
Okay.
We'll work on it.
Okay.
We'll brainstorm this bet.
Okay. NFC East. Who wants
starting
to
here?
tackle the NFC?
Hey, let's-
Obviously, K-Dot's gonna go last. Do you want to go right before him, James, or you want to go now?
Now I'm going to go now.
Go, James.
All right.
Shit
So
on 'em.
the NFC East, first place, I have the Eagles at 13-4. I really like the additions that they've done this offseason. And this is a make or break year with Jalen Hurts, and I think that the team loves him, so they will play hard for him. If he's not that good this year, they'll draft a QB. But I do have them going 3-3 in that division because, you know, it's always tough. Like I think K-Dot said this before, like the teams beat up on each other in the NFC East, like 100%. Second place, I have the Cowboys at 10-7. This is the first year in a long time that I haven't heard people talk about the Cowboys. And I was like, well, maybe they actually be good. And then I was like, Nah, they probably they'll be all right.
Okay.
They'll just be all right. I do have them going 4-2 in the division, which is the best divisional record. Third, I have the Commanders at 7-10. Yeah. I
Yeah.
The pause said it all.
don't know. No. I can see them doing better.
No, I can't. I can't.
I can see them doing better. If Carson Wentz goes back to how he was with the Eagles, I can see them switching with the Cowboys.
For sure. I agree with that.
But I do have them going 3-3 in the division, and then I have the Giants at 6-11, going 2-4 in the division. Daniel Jones gets replaced this offseason, and Saquon Barkley walks as a free agent.
Okay, I want to go next.
Oh, I want to go. No.
I want to go next. So, James, we're very similar. I have the Eagles going 12-5, going 4-2 in the division. I think they'll be great. I think AJ Brown is gonna have a prove it and show him year. So is Jalen Hurts. I think Dallas Is it Goddard?
Goddard.
Dallas Goddard. I think he's gonna have a good season. Then you got Devontae Smith. I think I don't know what to expect in the run game from them. I don't know if they'll use Miles Sanders or not. He's frustrated me in fantasy for like 5 straight years.
Yeah,
so
you cannot pick up an Eagles running back because it'll be Scott 1 week. And he'll get 3 touchdowns.
Miles Sanders told you not to.
And Miles Sanders will come in the next week and get 2, and then you'll have the wrong person on the. It's a fucking mess.
But Miles Sanders told you not to pick him.
That's very true. And their defense is good. They have a good defense. And like I said, I want to harp on one of the points that James made. I'm very much again pendulum swings. Last year, Cowboys went 6-0 in the division, beat all them bitches ass, all of the asses. Not this year, buddy. Not this year. I got them going 2-4 in the division and finishing 9-8. With which I kind of agree with James. Also, I have the Washington people going 7-10. I can see them switching places. I think Washington's defense will improve. The Cowboys, I think they're going to struggle from an offensive line perspective. Losing that left tackle is going to hurt them. They don't even. I know they drafted a left tackle, but apparently the 4th round tackle that they drafted is better than the one that they drafted in the 1st round. So they're going to struggle, I think, just from an offensive line perspective. Their defense will come back to earth. It won't be like bad or anything, but people, I'm sure. I think Trayvon Diggs might get torched a couple times this year.
You mean like he always gets fucked?
I know he was getting torched last year, but I don't think they're going to have as many turnovers as they had last year.
They played the Giants twice, so there's at least 2 there.
Fair. And I have the Giants finishing 4-13. I think it's Daniel Jones last year. The Giants will be in the race for a new quarterback. I think Saquon is going to have a really good year, but it doesn't matter on a losing team.
Yep.
Ryan?
McCaffrey 2.0.
No, he is not even in the same fucking
Just
realm.
Go.
It's
a good running back on a trash team. It's the same shit.
Aren't jokes funny?
Got big quads.
Ooh.
Okay.
You ready? Hey, James, light his ass up.
That's cool.
I already talked about my division.
Yeah, I already did. He
waited
until after. But that was a good one.
Oh my fucking god! Can I get through my picks now, James?
Oh, here you go.
Oh.
You can start click-clacking at you, James. You get frustrated.
Yeah, watch out. I have the Eagles going 11-6. That team is very well put together. AJ Brown's got to be top on any draft board right now. Jalen Hurts looks good. Defense looks good. That one dude that they have on defense, whose name is escaping me right now, but just mowing people the fuck over. That dude's scary as hell. I know you're talking about. I want to say Jason Peters.
Jordan Davis?
Yes, Jordan Davis. Not human.
Georgia.
That man is not fucking human.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of people are like, hey, look at Jordan Davis getting pushed over by so-and-so, and it's the videos in reverse.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Going the other way. Man, this is a bad division. I have the Cowboys going 10-7. That is totally dependent on the health of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. If either of those guys get hurt, they may not win a game in the division because the rest of that team is not very good. They can get torched in the secondary. Their offensive line, which was the thing that was their problem, because we know that Zeke is not as good as we think he is. He is a product of Dak being good and the line being good. That I'm questioning how many wins they have. I have the Giants going 5-12 and the Commanders going 5-12. It could be one way or the other, but they're fighting for the bottom. Look, I'm a huge Carson Wentz fan.
It don't sound like it.
No, look, that team is not, they're going into the last week of the preseason and they're still not comfortable on who their running back is. Antonio Gibson is now returning punts, right? And Carson Wentz is not Carson Wentz from 5 years ago. He needs a solid run game behind him, or else we're going to see the Carson Wentz from 2 years ago where he just sat there and held the ball in the pocket and got fucking sacked 45 times a game. Chase Young's on the PUP list till week 5. They're going to have a hard time going through. Look, they have the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Lions, who I'm a little higher on than I thought I would be in the first 4 weeks. That's fucking tough. And they have the Jags, which who knows, right? But I think they have a really tough go at it. Bears, Packers, Colts, Eagles, like
Bears.
We have this easiest strength of schedule in the NFL.
I hear what you're saying. On paper, you might, but I don't believe it. I don't believe they're winning most of these games. And when you play the Browns, guess who's back?
Oh, man.
But that man has been trashed the whole time.
You're talking about the Washington football team Commanders, Redskins. Like, this is not going to be a good year for them.
Just had that.
Don't you wish you had that energy last year?
Dude, and I believe in their defense, and that's the problem. They're going to lose games like 15-3. It's going to be ridiculous.
Terry is still there.
I don't
man.
understand how you say you have faith in things and then shit all over them in the same sentence. You did it like 5 times. Like little Johnny,
I
you're
believe in
such
Carson
a precious
Wentz, but
boy.
they're gonna be trash.
You should have been fucking aborted, you little shit. Like, what are you doing?
They're going to hold good teams to 14 to 21 points and not be able to score. I don't care if Scary Terry's there.
Terry McLaurin.
That's fair.
Oh my God. He's a top 10 receiver at best. He catches with his body and not with his hands.
Hold on, that doesn't? I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Look, you see, that's goes same thing what K-Dot said. Like, fam, what you talking about?
Who is their running back?
Whoever is better than Gibson at the moment.
Who is their second best receiver?
The one they drafted? Oh no, they got Curtis Samuel
And Jahan Dotson.
Oh, the deep threat. I've been hearing a lot about him.
Hold on.
Kata, I think you should draft him.
No, I lied. They're going to go 4-13. They're going to be the worst in the division. I'm done.
All right, K-Dot.
Winning the division, a 13-4 record, I had the Philadelphia Eagles. They are the most well put together team, I think, in the division. And I think Jalen Hurts, while I'm not looking at Jalen Hurts as like he's the second coming of anything truly special, as much as he does everything just right enough that I think that they're going to be able to win games, especially if they can get the running backs sort of figured out. Look, Miles Sanders, while he's been a disappointment, every time that they actually give him the rock, he averages like 5.4 yards a carry.
He's not the disappointment.
He's not the problem. So
he's not the disappointment.
The other thing is that I do believe that if Kareem Hunt is on the move, the number one destination for him is probably going to be Philadelphia. And if they can do that, I think it makes them pretty special on offense. And as everybody's talked about a defense, and then add Jordan Davis and everything to it, the defense is just going to be solid. I just think they're the most well put together team in the division. But once again, they're going to go as far as Jalen Hurts goes. So if Jalen Hurts if he just disappoints and lets everybody down, they'll lose a lot. They'll win a lot less games. But I have them at 13-4 and actually got them going 5-1 in the division. I actually have them taking care of the division pretty handily. Second up, I've got the Dallas Cowboys at 12-5, going 4-2 in the division. Now, I will tell you this. This is one of the teams that I think could have the absolute biggest slip in the division by far. And the reason being that bingo, bango, bongo, the offensive line. Now, the thing is on offense right now, you got Dak Prescott who can push the ball down the field. But right now, you got rid of Amari Cooper. You just have CeeDee Lamb. Everybody wants to talk about Michael Gallup. How many touchdowns does he have in his career? Oh, that's right, 0. So what are you doing? Like you at the end of the day,
you never scored.
I believe somebody said that, and I just kind of went with it.
No, I was like, no, I've
So he
seen
might
They
have.
don't. They
That
don't
man
have a
scored a lot.
receiver though, because like and he's hurt right now.
Yeah, but
No,
he's
that
coming
might be
back
it. That might be
shortly.
because he's hurt. That's why somebody said that they don't have anybody that. I'm actually gonna look that. Or you're looking it up.
Yeah, I got you.
All
Yeah,
right, got it.
Yeah, he has touchdowns.
All right, cool.
yeah.
All right, well,
like,
he's
yeah,
hurt,
no
so he
way.
ain't playing right now. So they ain't got no wide receivers kind of touchdowns on the CD line. All right, regardless, the best thing
wait.
they had going on offense.
Gallup is. He's
Look
not.
at him
he's not on
interrupting me.
PEP.
Look at him interrupting me
I
in
know,
the
my
division.
bad.
Look at
He's
that.
not on
Look at that.
PEP.
Look at that. Look at that shit.
He's not on PEP.
PEP.
Yeah. PUP. So he's going to be back within the first 4.
Got it.
Doesn't have
All
any
right.
pep.
Beyond that, the Cowboys right now, if I'm looking at the defense, I like. I think that what ends up happening is that while I think Diggs is slightly overrated, he is a ball hawk. And if you keep throwing in his direction, he's going to come down with something eventually. What I actually think is what helps out that defense is the people just say, you know, fuck it, we're just not going to throw on that side of the ball. We're not going to throw on that side of the field that much this year. And if that's the case, this will help the defense out overall. I still think Micah Parsons is fucking special. But the offense, the best thing they got going on the offense right now, in my opinion, is Tony Pollard. And until they realize that they got to use him, jury's out, right? Third in the division, I have the Washington Commanders at 10-7, going 3-3 in the division. 10-7 being that I think this is the cap. This is the most games that they can win. If they weren't below that, I would not be surprised at all. I think this team right now, while Ryan kept going to certain question marks that he has on the team, I don't know if my question marks are the same where he has them. The running back situation with Antonio Gibson is basically no one wanting to give up on Antonio Gibson, knowing that he wasn't a natural running back when he got drafted, being a wide receiver. And as much as he weighs 225 pounds, he keeps having happy feet in the holes. Where we have Brian Robinson, the rookie out of Georgia, who knows how to fucking take the ball and go. And he's been averaging a pretty hefty clip in preseason. We all know that's what's happening. We don't need to see any more of it. It's just how does Antonio Gibson figure in because he's sort of a Swiss Army knife. And that's the thing with that offense. Lots of Swiss Army knives. Lots of guys that can kind of plug and play in anywhere. Curtis Samuels, we've seen him play in the backfield when he's healthy. Jahan Dotson can pretty much be that deep threat. Spell Terry McLaurin, who's never really had a threat on any other side of the football that anybody had to worry about. J.D. McKissick is arguably a top 5 receiving back. I'd say he's top 3 receiving back in the NFL, and he's back and healthy. With Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, and the offense has a lot of talent. And the offensive line has always been sneakily really, really good. We've been the top 10 offensive line for a few years now. The defense is where I have the questions. And the thing with the defense is Chase Young not coming back and probably not going to come back till week 7 or week 8. That's an issue. While they do have depth as far as the defensive ends go, and I love Montez Sweat, probably most underrated defensive end in the league, in my opinion, as far as like what he can do. And Jonathan Allen, who's just a monster. The thing with me is on the back end. What's happening with the secondary, and we never address the linebacker. And unless that front 4 is getting there, even if they are getting there, if you don't have people that can cover on the back end, you're going to get torched. So that's my only thing is can the defense kind of put it together, especially early? They're an energy defense. And I kind of like the guys they've had around this defense. Ryan Kerrigan has come back to be in sort of a coaching role. And Warren Sapp has been glued to this fucking defense ever since the offseason. He's kind of foregone fishing, just been like an assistant coach for Washington. If they can keep the energy level up, which you've seen Chase Young even heard the preseason game just being rah, 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 I think the defense can be special. And if they are, you look at the schedule last year compared to this year, you look at the quarterback situation from Taylor Heineke to Carson Wentz. I just think it's absolutely better. And last in the division, I got the New York Giants 12-15, 2-15. The thing with the New York Giants is that I'm with you, Keem. I think Saquon actually puts together a good year. It just won't matter. Exactly. I think Saquon had the year last year, and I think it had a lot more to do with coaching than anything else, but it was also his indecisiveness, kind of like what I talked about with Antonio Gibson. There's this always looking to have the home run, kind of like my criticism with Patrick Mahomes a lot of last year. If the home run wasn't there, he's holding on the football entirely too long. It's sort of what Saquon Barkley was doing. Instead of hitting the hole and taking what the defense is giving you, he's looking, all right, how am I going to bust this outside? And then you get tackled for a 2-yard gain. So I think that he moves in the right direction, but it's just to put on a showcase for another team.
Yep.
Yeah,
And also, for the record, I have 3 of those teams making the playoffs.
I don't.
I know.
I mean, I would have 0 of them.
I know you hate the division.
Okay. All right. That's fair. You know,
I wasn't crazy. I have all your teams finishing higher than mine. I think that's a legitimate thing to say.
I mean,
You know what? You wouldn't have said that 2 years ago when I first met you.
It's fair. I think
it was always
I want to make one point. I think you only get 2 playoff teams if you get 2 from the NFC East. Only because I feel like with the Cowboys, I feel like this is Mike McCarthy's last year.
I don't think he makes it
I
through the
hope
year.
not.
If I'm a knower of the Cowboys, they love to fire coaches midseason if shit's not going right.
But see, I wouldn't even disagree with you in that sense. But that's why I said the Cowboys at 12-5, I think, have the capability of having the highest slide. I think you could keep the Washington at 10-7. I think once again, I think that's the most games they win. They could slot up to number 2, and the Cowboys could find themselves way out of here. But I'm having enough faith in the Cowboys, and I think CeeDee Lamb is special. I really do think he's special.
Oh, for sure. That's the only thing where I'm like, okay, if Washington makes it, fine, but the Cowboys won't. It's just the Cowboys won't. It's just because I don't think they're. And then like when you consider the other potential playoff teams, I don't think they're as good as some of the other ones as far as like ascending year and maybe like falling into a luck year like the team that I'm about to mention. 2 divisions from now. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and start with the NFC West. I'll go ahead and start this off because I want to keep this. I'm not going to take that long. I think the NFC West is probably maybe the 3rd best division in football. I don't know. Maybe 2nd. I got the 49ers winning the division. Got them going 13-4. And not running away with it. That's not fair. Not running away with it, but I got him going 13-4. I think Trey Lance is going to be good. I think he'll present some different things that you'll have to defend the 49ers from as far as the deep ball goes. Jimmy G wasn't as good with the deep ball as Trey Lance will be. He'll take some shots. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to have a good season because of Trey Lance. Debo won't have as good because Brandon Ayuk will get some of those long touchdown catches. He has the speed to take the top off of defense. I also think he'll hit. I read this article that talked about how Jimmy G didn't. I think it was like the middle of the field at like 15, 20 yards. He didn't hit that portion of the field as well as far as from a completion perspective. And like looking at Lance's stats last year, he did much better. He can hit different areas of the field than Jimmy G can. I don't know if he'll be like a superstar or be like a in the MVP race, in his second season like Pat Mahomes and Lamar, but I think he'll be really good. I think that defense is a great defense. Trust that coaching staff as well. Going up next at 12-5, I got the Rams. Super Bowl team. Coming out of Super Bowl, I think they'll push for first in the division. Then maybe those 2 could flip. I could see easily. And I think the Rams are dangerous still. Stafford, there are some concerns with his shoulder, but I think he'll be fine. I like Akers in that backfield. I like that receiving core. Obviously Aaron Donald, as long as he has 2 helmets, he'll be fine. I like Jalen Ramsey obviously as well, lockdown corner. Then I got the Cardinals going 7-10. I got the Seahawks going 1-16.
God damn.
I got next.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I have LA Rams at 15-2, your top seed in the NFC. The Rams defense, we know what it's about. Oh, fuck you. Goddamn traitor. Go fucking worry about your punting, you cocksucker. So 15-2 for the LA Rams. I think the biggest acquisition this offseason to me, offensively across the league, is Allen Robinson. This is my prediction. I think him added to that wide receiving core with a Cooper Kupp and finally having a quarterback capable of getting him the fucking football is going to take the top off that fucking offense. And I just think that they're going to be deadly. I like Cam Akers. I like Henderson. I just think that team is so well-rounded. I love Sean McVay. You guys know. He knows what he's fucking doing. And Aaron Donald's the most dangerous man in the world. Oh, it is what it is. Second up in that division.
With 2 helmets.
With 2 helmets, you're right. With one 90th percentile. So San Francisco, I got at 12-5. I still, for some reason, think Jimmy G is going to start some games this season. But I will say Trey Lance being there when a Kyle Shanahan run offense is giving me shades of 2012 RG3 in the sense of like what it is he might be able to do with that offense. When you got a Deebo Samuel who's that Swiss Army knife, you pretty much put anywhere around that backfield. You got Elijah Mitchell who showed out last year. I think that they can do some things on offense. George Kittle, who I think is always kind of forgotten as far as what it is that he can do for that offense, and especially running as far as and also run blocking. That team, the defense is going to be there. If that offense can get going, and if Trey Lance can push that ball down the field to Ayuk and stuff, they're going to be, I think, one of the most dangerous teams in the league. I won't say that they'll be the most absolutely well-rounded. I think that Trey Lance will have his struggles in certain games. I think he will turn the ball over, but they will be the most dangerous team that I can think of. Third in division, I have the Arizona Cardinals at 9-8. Kyler Murray's cool. He's good with the running back, James Conner. I don't know, man. To put that clause in the contract, I think has kind of affected the way I look at Kyler going forward. It's just, and there's a new Call of Duty game coming out. It's just not looking good. And like, even though Hopkins wasn't great last year, he wasn't great, they're still going to miss him. He's not going to be there because dealing with the suspension from the whatever accidental thing he took. And I'm sorry, I don't trust in Hollywood Brown, even if they were college teammates, to completely have this offense moving in a different direction. And Christian Kirk is gone.
But they're the same height.
Yeah. And the last place in division is the Drew Lock and Noah Fant Seattle Seahawks in 1-16 as well. I've got no faith in this team. I saw Pete Carroll playing quarterback, I think, in one of the practice
the Cialis commercial.
It's Seattle. I mean, it's about time. They need to have a couple like really, really, really rough years and then get around the getting better. And I think I put it over and under a DK Metcalf actually murdering 1 or 2 people this year. Like really, just out of anger.
Okay.
All right.
Ryan, go ahead and go.
Oh,
Ryan, you got it.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, I think me and Keem I think all of us are kind of in the same boat here. I have the Rams going 13-4, winning the division, going 4-2 within the division. And I mean, you brought up Allen Robinson, but I do also want to shed some light on Bobby Wagner. Like, that man is a beast.
I did say offensive acquisition.
Yeah, I know. But like, you see how they got 2 really good ass pieces on both sides of the ball. So when you think about the Rams and their linebacking core, like, who do you think of? And now you got Bobby Wagner, like, to anchor that shit. So you got Jalen Ramsey, Bobby Wagner, Aaron Donald. You're set.
3 levels.
Yeah, you're legit set. So I have the Rams going 13-4. And then second place, I have the 49ers going 12-5. I think we're all kind of like in the same like range. I understand like Trey Lance is going to start. But last year they went 10-7, right? With Jimmy G. And I think they're going to do better with Trey Lance because I'm one of the people that think Jimmy G is trash. If you look at the injuries that the 49ers had, it's because of Jimmy G and his throws. He throws receivers into danger. He almost injured what's his name? George Kittle in fucking practice because he overthrew him. Like, and there was no defenders. Like, I've been looking at the tape. I have 49ers fans sending me tape of how trash Jimmy G is. I didn't know until I looked at that shit. So I think they'll be better with Jimmy G. Either they're gonna trade or cut him. You can't have Jimmy G in that locker room fucking up with Trey Lance's mentals as his first year as a starter. You don't want to do that.
But he's got the porn stars, so
you don't want that distraction. All right. So third place, speaking of distractions, I have the Cardinals. The Cardinals royally screwed all this stuff up. They ruined the perception of Kyler Murray until further notice, unless he changes it by putting that clause in there. And then once they saw the backlash, they took the clause out. I'm still trying to figure out who leaked it because it makes no sense for either side. Like, none of that makes sense. Hopkins is out, like K-Dot said. It's a couple games, but I still got him going 9-8. Like K-Dot said, Call of Duty's coming out. So they're going to go 4-2 in the division. The first 4 will be like before Call of Duty comes out, and then they're going to lose the last 2. Then fourth place, I have the Seahawks. I don't have them as bad as K-Dot, but I have them winning twice as many games. 2-15.
Nice.
And those two are in the division. Just
I got
because they're in the
4-6.
division.
I forgot what win I had them getting, but it was
They're going 2-4 in the division.
I think it was the Giants actually.
Yeah, they're gonna be like either the Rams, the Niners, or the Cardinals. Like that's gonna happen just because it's a divisional game.
Okay.
So I got that. Drew Lock is ass. They knew all this shit was.
I hope they start Geno, actually.
Oh yeah. Geno
hope
ain't
they
that
start
great
Geno.
either.
I know, but I'm just saying. I want to see him.
I think he is gonna start just based upon the fact that they said that Geno's starting the preseason game now.
Okay.
So they usually start the starters in the third game, but considering, so
I have Seattle beating San Francisco in week 2.
Damn, that's a long losing streak. See, I got them losing through most of the season and getting a win late.
See, what I have happening is Trey Lance throws like 4 picks in the first half of that game, and then Jimmy G miraculously has him come back. So they fuck up and put Jimmy G back in, and it's like, hey, you guys shouldn't have did that. And it's just, it's this whole.
That's another Miami Dolphins situation, but I don't think
Ryan, go ahead.
Roster.
So I have this one, and I ran it a couple times. I have the Rams and the Niners with the exact same record at 11-6. I have the Rams winning the division based on their wins over the Niners. I think Trey Lance is going to take an already good team with a bad quarterback and make it a little bit better team with a competent quarterback.
Did you purposely do the Hey Jude lyrics just now, sir?
No. I just think this is another one of those divisions, except for the Seahawks, obviously, where they're just going to kind of eat themselves a little bit in terms of how many wins they're going to get. But I think both the Rams and the Niners could both win that division. I think the Niners offensively are very good. Obviously, defensively, they're good. But their offense is going to be significantly better than it was last year. The Cardinals, I only have them winning 8. I have them going 8-9, coming in third. I think that even beyond the fact that they have the Kyler Murray distraction, I don't think Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. I am starting to blame it less on coaching. I went back and watched some of the shit he did in the playoffs and some of the shit he did last year, and he just doesn't make good decisions. And I don't know if that could be partial coaching, but
it's not good.
I think maybe it's just a bad matchup for both of them. But either way, it's not going to bode well, especially with what's his face out. Was it a PED suspension?
Yeah.
Yeah, PDs.
What was he doing? I thought he was getting his photography degree at the University of Phoenix or whatever. It's weird. And then honestly, I don't have the Seahawks nearly as bad as y'all. I have them at 5-12.
That's bad.
And here's why. They play the Atlanta Falcons. They play the New Orleans Saints. They also have the pleasure of playing the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. And they're going to sneak in a division win there somewhere, right? I don't know. Maybe they'll catch the Jimmy GDA of the 49ers. I'm not really sure.
We're
But
gonna have some real differences.
I just want you to know I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But you disrespecting Carolina. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Listen, they got Baker.
Baker is trash.
Oh my God. All right. So I just realized that the NFC South is going to be the one we need to spend the most time on. So let's move along.
Not even. But that's everybody went for the NFC West, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Rams, Frisco, and then the bumps.
All right, so we're gonna go NFC North and the NFC South is last because NFC South, I'm gonna have James start. NFC North, I'm gonna have James start.
All right, so I'm gonna go quick. I got the Packers winning it at 13-4, going 5-1 in the division. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. Like, we ain't got to talk about that much. Second place, I have the Vikings at 12-5. They're going 5-1 in the division too, but after that, they're not gonna do shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Bears, I have them at 6-11, going 2-4 in the division, and then the Lions at 3-14, going 0-6. Hard Knocks is not gonna fool me.
Okay.
I like Dan Campbell, but they ain't that.
You know
Ryan?
who else like Campbell's?
Nah.
Donovan McNabb.
What's the running back's name?
Gangster.
DeAndre Swift.
Nah, the other
Jamal
one.
Williams.
Jamal Williams. As soon as that man had that speech where he was getting emotional and crying,
He
and
wasn't
stuff,
on that fucking team last year.
exactly. That's why they're going 3-14. Ain't no way.
Nah, he was on the team, but
He was not on the team. He was on the Packers.
No, remember we looked it up last time.
All right.
He was
Yeah, he was
briefly
on
on the team.
Yeah, he was on
Alright.
the team.
All right, I'll go.
all right, Ryan.
I'll,
like us.
I'll go quick. Green Bay lost some offensive weapons. Doesn't matter. They're still going to win the division.
Yep.
I have them going 11-6. Vikings coming in at 9-8. I don't trust the Vikings. And here's where we differ. So the Bears can either win 12 games next year or 6. I'm going with 6. I think the Detroit Lions are not coming in last this year. Detroit Lions go 7-10 to shock the world. And the Bears, because they don't have anything around Justin Fields, who I still think is a very talented quarterback, they go 6-11. This division is basically trash except for the Packers.
Okay. Packers, man, you are very similar, Ryan. I have the Packers going 11-6, 5-1 in the division. I think they'll struggle some. But I also think losing Devontae Adams will help them in the sense that Aaron used to lock in on Devontae a little bit too much. You saw it. I don't know if you guys remember the clip in the playoffs where he had, I think it was Scantling wide open, or it might have been Lazard wide open, but he's locking in, forcing the ball to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And they
That was
could have won that
Lazard,
playoff game.
because he fucked me in fantasy. Piece of shit.
Yeah, but I think there's a situation where less is more. Less helps them do more. I have the Vikings going 9-8 as well, 5-1 in the division, and sneaking into the playoffs. I have the Lions making people angry, going crazy, going wild, winning games, pissing people off, like getting real rah. At their whopping 7-10 record.
Hey, look at us. Look at us agreeing on something.
The Bears going 3-14. Their offensive line is ass. David Montgomery is good.
bad.
Justin Fields is good. They have only Darren Mooney, I think, as their main wide receiver. I hate it for that, man. Cole Kmet, decent tight end though. But yeah, I don't. Other than that, they're just better get ready to draft a good. I don't know. They just
All of
plan for the
Alabama's offensive line.
Yeah, just plan for the draft. That's all.
And the thing is, Cole Kmet is a horrible blocking tight end. They're like, he's basically a wide receiver. And I'm like, can you just draft somebody that can block, please, on the edge?
Yeah.
Please.
Winning the division, only team making the playoffs from this division, the Green Bay Packers finished 13-4 because they finally realized that they need to run the football with fucking Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. If they do that and make that the primary mode of that offense, I think the sky's the limit. Once again, I think I said previously when we talked about Kansas City Chiefs, they're probably the one position that's the most overrated in the sense that you can get value for is wide receiver because of how many guys come out ready to go. That being said, the worst personality type to have with those rookie wide receivers or young wide receivers isn't Aaron Rodgers. I still think he puts up Aaron Rodgers type numbers, and in the playoffs it just fucking falls apart. I am drinking the Kool-Aid. Detroit Lions 8-9, baby. Dan Campbell biting ankles and kneecaps and shit.
He's been biting kneecaps for 3 years, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
look,
but he hasn't had the right kneecap biters. Now he's got them.
I think that if Jared Goff can stay upright and make some of these throws, I don't think they're going to ask him to do a whole lot, but if Swift can run that offense, I love that tight end Hawkinson. I just think that Goff, as long as he's not turning the ball over, they can play some pretty solid defense and just get the job done. While I think it's an 8-9, it's not like a holy shit, they look like the fucking Cincinnati Bengals last year. It's Detroit kind of squeaked out the last 2 wins. Are we kind of paying attention to what Detroit's doing? I think it's more of that vibe.
They have a good offense. They have some talent on offense.
I think
they
that
have talent on offense.
they're not that far away from being competitive. That's me.
Golf, and you got Jamison Williams, you got DJ Chark. I mean,
like I could totally see them going 8-9 this year, and then winning maybe 6 games the following year before they finally start getting it right. Right? I just think this is one of those years. You were talking about the pendulum; it just swings their way. Next up, I got the Minnesota Vikings at 7-10.
It's been over here for 50 years.
I'm not going that for them. They've had some teams, but the Minnesota Vikings I got at 7-10. This is more of just I think it falls apart. This is a team that like Dalvin Cook is supposed to be the focal point I think of that offense, and I still don't trust him to stay healthy an entire year. That might just be me and the onus that I have as far as his branding. Justin Jefferson's amazing, but Kirk Cousins himself, I still can't trust him to really put it together. And Kevin O'Connell, first year, I believe, as head coach there for them and trying to install the new offense and everything they got after the Mike Zimmer years. They got 1 year to try to get things right before they really do anything. And then 5-12, the Chicago Bears. Lord save Justin Fields.
Okay.
So with the Vikings, if Dalvin Cook go down, they got Madison, who's pretty good.
Madison's pretty good. I just don't think I think Madison's pretty good as long as he's spelling some money. I don't know if I trust Madison to carry the team for you. I don't trust Madison to carry the team for you.
Depends on how long he's out, but also like Kirk Cousins is good in the regular season.
Yes, cool. I don't really want to debate this, and we want to keep moving. I'm not debating the Vikings.
It's fine.
Also, I just want everybody to know that Barkley had a 58-yard punt tonight.
Okay. All right, so let's go NFC South. Ryan, you go first. K-Dot second. I'll go third. James fourth.
Okay. NFC South. I forgot. This will be so much fun. All right, undefeated. The first time I ran this, the Bucs were undefeated, and I was like, hold on. I realized that their division is trash. Bucs go 12-5. I think that's a little conservative. But regardless, they win the division handedly. It doesn't matter. In second, I guess, the Saints, I have them at 9-8. A lot of that is in division mutilation. I think they could probably be better than that. I was really generous to the Panthers. I have them going 7-10. That is solely on the fact that they have a weird running back and a half competent quarterback. But they can still get torched for 40 points and not win a single game. In last place, I have the Falcons of Atlanta. They're winning at best 3 games. The Bucs are going to the playoffs. The rest of these guys will be drafting very early.
Okay. K-Dot.
This is where I don't want my win and loss record to count because I think I broke the machine. So
Oh, shit.
let me say, I think this is how it ends. I just don't think these records are right. So I don't know what happened, and I didn't do the whole go back and try to fix it because I was overdoing this shit. So number one, the only team from this division making the playoffs, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 10-7. They go undefeated division, still finish 10-7. I need to check something with that. But I do think this is one of those years where Tom Brady, well, I thought he was MVP last year. I don't think he's MVP looking this year. I think this offense is probably going to go as Leonard Fournette goes, who was sneakily really, really good last year, especially even catching the ball out of the backfield. Next up, I got the New Orleans Saints at 8-9. Jameis Winston, he throws one more interception. He does a touchdown. That's why they finished with the record. And then this is where it gets to where I think I'm being disrespectful. And I don't want to say the record because I think they're going to win more games than this. I have the Carolina Panthers right now at 4-13, which I don't think is right.
It sounds right.
Not to me. Baker Mayfield and Christian McCaffrey, as long as they're healthy, should win some games. And then I still think they'll be third in that division, but just because the New Orleans Saints defense is still going to be a hassle, and Tampa Bay is just clearly the best team. So 4-13, but I really don't think that's their record. The same thing with who I have in last place was the Atlanta Falcons at 2-15. I think they win more than 2 games. Maybe, but I just think what they're doing as far as on offense, they're not there yet, but they got some guys kind of looking. Now, I know they'll probably suck this year for whoever they have at quarterback. Maybe it's Ritter. The following year is going to have some really cool pieces on offense. So we'll see where they get to, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you see some. Marcus Mariota's not terrible. He's not terrible. But can he get the ball down the field to Kyle Pitts, down the field to Drake London, and can Cordarrelle Patterson really be the guy? I doubt it, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. This was, I think we talked earlier about like which the worst division, and I was trying to allude to it being this one. I have this team winning this division. New Orleans Saints 10-7. I think they win the division. I think the Bucks are going to struggle a lot. I don't know why anybody's not pointing out to their offensive line issues. They have 3 injured offensive linemen. Tom Brady is 45 years old. Brother, like, what are we thinking? And the way to get to Tom Brady is interior pressure, not bringing defense. I mean, interior pressure. They had 2 guards go down. If you have the team, if you have the talent, you can get to Tom Brady. Rushing 4, he's older. I think the Bucks are going to struggle a lot. I think they'll still win. I still got them winning 9 games, going on at 8, and maybe sneaking into the playoffs. I think they could. That's the team that I think could switch with maybe Washington and not make the playoffs. Washington could get in, the Bucks could miss, or maybe even the Cowboys, but we'll see. But yeah, so I think the Saints are going to win that division for sure. I think their defense is great. That defense is going to carry them. I think Jameis will be fine. They were 5-2, I believe, before Jameis got hurt last year. Really good team. Alvin Kamara is going to have a bounce back year. He should be, I think he'll probably put up, just insane numbers, probably 1,800 total yards, maybe 2,000 yards.
He doesn't get suspended.
He's not going to get suspended this year. He'll get suspended next year. And then I think I like that wide receiver core, like Michael Thomas, if he can stay healthy. I know he's had some hamstring issues pop up in camp, but they still got Chris Olive. They got Jarvis Landry. They've got enough talent to help to buoy Jameis Winston's issues. And I mean, you can go deep. You can play it short, kind of, I think I like that team overall. James is the weakest link, and James isn't a bad quarterback. He's just average. And so that's where I have him going. That's all.
All right. So I have the Bucks going 12-5, 4-2 in their division. They're going to lose both games to a single team, which is number 2, the Saints at 11-6. The Saints always give the Bucks a tough game. Alvin Kamara is there, still Alvin Kamara. Michael Thomas is back. I know we touched on the fact that he had hamstring injuries, but it's the longest he's run in 2 years. Of course, his hamstring is going to be sore. The man's going to be there. It's Michael Thomas. We were talking about him being the best receiver in the league a few years ago. It's Michael Thomas.
It's Michael Thomas, everyone.
I know.
The most boring name in the NFL, guys. Come on.
It is a boring name.
Yeah, but it's not boring if you listen to an interview. Good Lord. And Olave is a really good receiver coming out of Ohio State. I'm looking forward to seeing him ball. And Jameis Winston's going to throw that thing. At third place, I have the Falcons at 4-13. They're going to go 1-5 in the division. K-Dot, you brought up Mariota. If he can get the ball down to Pitts, that's what they have been doing in the preseason. If you look at the bombs that Mariota has been throwing to Kyle Pitts, he can do it. And I think Kyle Pitts can actually catch the damn ball. So I know you think the same thing. Mm-hmm. You think, yeah. So the question was, can Mariota get it there? And yeah, he can. And I'm not sold on Drake London, compared to everybody else. Just seeing how he ran some of his routes, it looked a little sluggish to me, but I'll see what happens in the game. And then last place, the Panthers at 3-14. They're going to go 1-5 in the division. Same shit that we talked about with Saquon Barkley. You're going to have a good running back on a bad team.
Okay.
And you said if McCaffrey can stay healthy, he hasn't done that in a long time.
I forgot to mention where I had the Panthers and the Falcons. Panthers 7-10, Falcons 3-14. Baker, I think, will help the Panthers. They'll look competitive, but they won't actually be. They'll be one of those teams that starts off 2-0, and then are they contenders or pretenders? They're pretenders, bitch. But they'll be.
It's
fun.
Brittany, bitch.
I forgot they're gonna do that shit. They're definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, they'll
pretenders or pretenders.
Their first game is Cleveland, and then I think they play the Texans. That's 2-0 right there. They're going to start 2-0. Hey, are they real? Are they legit?
The Texans can get them though.
No. No.
Hey, James, side bet, $5 because I'm not going heavy this year. Michael Thomas doesn't get over 250 yards.
Oh, outside bet
250
you.
what
five-
yards?
No. Hey, 100. What we doing?
Okay. No, I'm not doing 100. I just told you $5 bet.
No, you just said
20 for
No,
life.
I said $5 bet, fucker. Yeah.
Fine.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Not worth,
There we go.
not worth my time.
Man, I want money. I want cash.
All right.
You
Let's
want
run
that
through these-
5 with everybody?
Let's
No.
run through these playoffs because
All
I
right.
gotta pee.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do playoff. We've kind of already named them, but I'll start. Go ahead and go through who I have. NFC number 1 seed. I have the 49ers. Number 2, the Eagles. Number 3, the Packers. Number 4, the Saints. Number 5, the Rams. Number 6, the Bucks. Number 7, the Vikings. AFC. I have number 1, the Buffalo Bills. Number 2, the Chargers. Number 3, the Ravens. Number 4, the Colts. Number 5, the Broncos. Number 6, the Bengals. Number 7, the Pat Mahomes.
All right, I'll run through NFC. First seed, the Rams. Second seed, Packers. Third, Eagles, Bucks, 49ers, Cowboys, Commanders. AFC, starting at the top, Ravens, Bills, Chargers, Colts, Chiefs, Raiders, Bengals.
All
All
right.
right, I'll go.
Ryan, you wanna go?
Yeah. NFC, I have Tampa as 1, Green Bay, San Fran, Dallas, Rams, New Orleans, Minnesota, AFC, Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Indy, Denver, Cincy, and Chargers.
Where'd you have the Bills going
12-5.
and the Chiefs?
12-5 of winning
Okay.
because they won
All
the
right.
game.
So NFC, I have the Rams at 1, the Eagles at 2, the Packers at 3, the Bucks at 4. I have the Vikings at 5, the 49ers at 6, and the Saints at 7. AFC, I have the Bills at 1, the Raiders at 2, the Ravens at 3, the Colts at 4, the Chiefs at 5, the Broncos at 6, and the Chargers at 7.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is break down MVP. We can just name your pick and then name your, I guess you can do your top 5, and if you have a dark horse, and then we can go Super Bowl champion. What were you going to say, Jane?
No, I was gonna go, but
Go.
you can go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, you can go
Nah, because you said top 5. I only got 4.
ahead.
I only have-
I did my top 3, but like 3 was a split.
Yeah, no, that's fine too, because I did that too.
I'll do a top 3. I'll run through mine right
top
quick.
3. All right, so
oh, you're right.
my MVP is Josh Allen. Second place, Aaron Rodgers. Like just based upon like losing Devontae, and they still went 13-4. So there's that. And then third, it's split between Lamar Jackson and Derek Carr. If the Raiders go 13-4, like you got to do something.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, my MVP. It's the revenge. It's the I bet on myself. Here's why. Season. Second place, I got Patrick Mahomes. I think that he shows that he can still be the quarterback without Tyreek Hill being there. And third place, I got Justin Herbert, who I think just smashes. But I think because of the lack of talent around Patrick Mahomes, they give him some votes.
Okay, Ryan.
I have Lamar Jackson as my number 1, Josh Allen as number 2, and 3. I am split between Herbert and Carr. My issue is that Josh Allen has he's got a lot of pieces around him this year. So MVP is the most valuable player for your team. And I just think 10 times out of 10, that's going to be Lamar on whatever team he's on, just because he is the sole focus. But hey, man, if Josh Allen wins 17 games, you can suck my dick. He's MVP.
I think I got Josh Allen winning MVP. I think because, like I said, I have him going 15-2, best team, best record. He'll have an insane season. They'll have an insane season on offense. Justin Herbert, again, I had him going 14-3. He'll carry that offense. And I think, like I said, I love Herbert. Third, I had Pat Mahomes. Obvious reasons. When we talk about carry jobs, he'll probably be the real MVP in terms of like who carried the most in terms of their teams not having good defense and weapons around them. And then I had Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
All right. And so I can go ahead and start with I'll just go ahead and start with Super Bowl. I picked the Ravens because it is
You dumb
revenge
bitch.
fucking season. It's revenge fucking season, and we're here to like destroy and obliterate and that kill that narrative for Lamar in the playoffs. And honestly, history repeats itself. Joe Flacco didn't sign a fucking extension like probably almost like 10 years ago this season. When it was time for him to sign an extension, he bet on himself, won a Super Bowl. Lamar probably not going to sign an extension, bet on himself. I think he'll win the Super Bowl MVP. But I wanted to mention the teams that I had like are contenders. Like, so I did 5: Packers, 49ers, Bills, Chiefs, Bengals outside of the Ravens. And so those are the only teams I think could make it. And yeah, but I think I got the Ravens winning.
I got a Buffalo LA Super Bowl. For me, I have Buffalo eking out on LA, and then we have to kill Ryan because he just becomes an ass. Just we can't deal. As far as contenders, I got the Ravens definitely in it. The Chargers. I see the Bucks figuring it out come around the playoff time, and I think the dark horse that I have is Indianapolis behind Jonathan Taylor.
All right. I have the Saints going to the Super Bowl, but losing to the Raiders. Oh, yeah, surprise. Of course. Dark horses, I have the Rams, the Saints, the Bills, and the Ravens.
Okay.
The Bills.
Nobody else matters, right?
Nope.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, and we can end it right at that.
Look,
We don't have to have final thoughts or anything.
If it's gonna happen, it's going to be this year, and I'm not giving you any dark horses. There are no other horses. There are only Buffalo.
Okay. All right. So I got a quick final thought. Happy birthday, Grandma. She's turning 80.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Show love.
Happy birthday!
All right. I love all of you so much. We are going on hiatus for 2 weeks.
What?
So
I'm going to France, and
yeah,
he's got stuff
I'm
to
out.
do. And
I'm out the next 2 weeks. I am with family, and then I'm gonna be on the beach drunk as shit. So,
but look out for our top 10 mob movies that'll come out next week on an Unequal Opinions episode.
Wait, so we're gonna miss week 1?
No,
No,
we should be able to
back
record.
for week 1.
We should be able to record that Saturday for week 1.
I'm out that week.
The people that are usually here.
That's fair. I mean, I will be on the beach, so I could theoretically come in and just hang out for a little bit.
Okay.
That won't happen.
Because it's a Thursday night game. Can you remind me who's playing in that game?
Bills, right?
Oh yeah, Bills Rams. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, we will miss the third.
I have the Bills losing that game.
And that's my wife's birthday, so I probably ain't gonna be able to watch it.
Oh.
What?
Well, catch the second half of the Raiders game. Peace.
Later.